Good morning, people. Good morning. I hope I find you well wherever you are. It might be afternoon, it might be morning, it might be evening, depending on your time zone. I hope you are all well, alive, and kicking. Today we are making a follow-up. This is a follow-up video to our previous one when we were talking about shipping. Today, we are specifically zooming in to the process when you get to the border post. What happens when you get to the border post? That is the process at the Forbes border post. This is a 3-series episode. The first one, we have done it already. You have seen the video, the requirements if you need to ship. And we were specifically referring to returning residents and narrowing it to the cars. But I don't think the documentation is any different anywhere. So these other, even if you are shipping any other items, it might be household goods or it might be furniture or anything. The paperwork that we mentioned in the previous video will still apply. So today we are talking about you have shipped. Now, what happens next when you get to the border post? Right. So number one, we just need to remind others, especially when you are here in Australia, we normally ship via Mozambique, the Forbes border. It is important to note that when shipping a car via Mozambique, you cannot ship to Mozambique and then say, I will go and collect my car and drive to the border. Right, so that doesn't apply. I'm sure I mentioned that in the previous video. You have to ship up to Forbes border post. So your container needs to go all the way up to the border post. So that is point number one. And point number two, when you're doing all this process, you might email the documents to Zimra at some point, or to your agent if he's the one dealing with Zimra on your behalf. Right. What is important there is to make sure that all the documents that you email, you also have hard copies. And if possible, you have your original documents with you when you go. So carry all the documents, even if you have emailed them, just make sure you have carry your originals. I found it very helpful because when I got there, some documents were missing, and also they requested to see things like the passports and the IDs. They needed, even though I had emailed certified copies, but they still demanded to see that one. Right. When you get to Mutare, if you have an agent, you will get in touch with your agent, which is what I did. I had an agent. I've already talked about that maybe it wasn't one of the best things to do. If I am to ship again, I don't think I will use an agent. I would just do the things directly and deal with Zimra directly. But that is that. But if you have an agent, you liaise with your agent. If you don't have an agent, then you will have to go to the border post itself, and of course you identify yourself, take out the papers and stuff, and then you join the queue like anyone else. Take care of your papers. No, I'm here for this business. And then what will happen is Zimra, they will arrange an interview. They will arrange an interview with you. So this interview is because we are claiming returning res. So they want to establish really that you are returning res and stuff like that. We have already mentioned that there is a form Form 170 and a declaration form. So you need to make sure you have you ask for those forms from Zimra, the declaration form and the form 170. You complete those forms while it's waiting for your interview. So when you go to the interview, you have the form. You can also ask a document, a copy that will show you everything, every paperwork that they need. They have that document, the one that we discussed on our previous video. So ask for that, cross-check your documents, make sure everything is in order, okay? If that is the case, no problem. Make sure your passports are in order. Because during the interview, all the paperwork will be reviewed. All the paperwork will be critically reviewed. From a stamped passport that has got an RR accepted, to your old passport, and to your current passport, in case you are using an Australian passport. They will want to see all those documents, okay? You can refer to our previous video to see. If you are a new subscriber, just watch our previous video to see the documents that are required. And remember, I said you need to have a certificate of conformity when shipping a car. The certificate that says this car meets the required standards. It's roadworthy. Its emissions are meet the minimum requirements. So if you don't have that document, then you need to get one even before you start the process. You need to apply for the document from the SAZ, Standard Association of Zimbabwe. Right. The disadvantage of not getting the documents at your location or shipping at a point is that Zimra might charge you 12.5% tax. That is calculated on the value of the car. If your car is, let's say, maybe 20,000, they will charge 12.5% of 20,000. Right, when you have applied with SARS, so you just go there to their offices. In Mutare, they are there. You can Google SAZ offices Mutare, they will come up. You go there, they will make you like pay I paid $161 US, pay $161 US, and then they will come. After they've done the paperwork, they will come to the depot. You know, remember where the cars, remember the container has arrived, you have unloaded your car, it's parked there. So where your car is parked at the depot, where the containers come, then they will go there and inspect your vehicle. They've got something that is to inspect the amount of gas, that comes out of your car. They inspect the tires, they inspect the lights, like they inspect everything to do with roadworthiness of a car. Right. So once they are satisfied, they will issue you with a certificate of conformity. Certificate of conformity. This is the document that we said you need to make sure when you are shipping you have it. But in case you don't have it, you can still get it at the SAZ Zimbabwe. Remember, this might come with a charge. So when shipping, don't leave that. Make sure from your point of shipping, you get that document. Right. That is done. You have seen Zimra. You have been you have written your declaration, your form 170. If maybe you had some goods in the car, or even if you don't, it will still write form 170 to show the value of the car. The value, if the car has got a radio, they might want the value of the radio if it's separate from the car. Right, so you've done that process now, and then the next thing will be Zimra will send you to the depot where where your car is kept, and it will be valued customs officials there. When they are valuing your, when they go there to inspect your car and they value it, like, make sure you know where the engine number is inscripted or is located in the car. You know, that because they want to see the engine number. Okay, so make sure you are aware of that. And again, something that I did not do, but it's very critical, it's very important when maybe there's a dispute on the value that you put for the car. If shipping, please check the websites, your local websites. Check your local websites and find out a car similar make, similar year to yours that is being advertised. You know, maybe you can even if you wherever you bought yours, maybe if it was you bought it online and you are happy with the price that you bought with and you want to use that price, make sure you keep that link to the website. That link, keep those links. At least have 3 links. If you have got 3 links, at least 3 links, because that's what they ask from me, to say, okay, you are saying your car is so much. We are saying this car is more than that value. So, and then prove to us, show us the website where you bought the car, or show us the website advertising certain car. And then all night, man, I was busy on the internet surfing. I struggled to get the value that I had put for my car, but they are there. They are there because you don't go out there in the market and buy the most expensive car. You don't do that. You buy a cheapest or reasonable car. That's what you do. So I had to look on the website and I downloaded. I didn't download. I downloaded, yes, but I also kept those links, like sent those links to my young brother, and then I later forwarded them those links, and then they showed the amount that I had put. So because they said go and find on the website, on the Australian website, the cars with the same value. So I provided evidence, so they couldn't then dispute, you know. So they couldn't then say no, because I had given them the evidence that they wanted. So I have at least 3 websites, or not 3 websites, but 3 vehicles, same make, same year, from a website that are range, or the same price range, like the one that you put. Once the car is valued, Zimra will issue you a document that you will have to take back to customs, like to where you started from, and then when you get there, you hand them that document, and then they will give you amount of duty to pay. The amount of duty is cost, insurance, and freight plus VAT. I hope you understand cost, insurance, which means the cost of the car, the amount that you use to ship the car up to the border post, and also the VAT, and all this is calculated at 15%. So they want to get 15% of the total cost of cost, insurance, and freight, CIF, and VAT. So 15% of that. Let's say you bought your car at 10,000. To ship your car, it was maybe 2,000. These are just examples, people. And then so it will be 10,000 plus 2,000 plus maybe to carry it from Beira to Mutare, it was 1,000 plus 1,000. So the duty will be calculated from 10 to 1, which is 13,000. So it will be 15% of that. That's what you pay as a returning res. If not a returning res, trust me, the duty is almost double. So you go back, you have given the duty to pay, and then you will pay the duty, and you are given you get your invoices, and then you go to another office where they will enter the details on the computer. They will enter the details on the computer, and then that is then when you will be issued a customs clearance. The customs clearance, which is very vital, because this customs clearance is the one that you will take to VTS to clear the car. It is also the one that you take to register the car when you go either to the post office or to Zimra. So you need that customs clearance. And then once you've got the customs clearance, you then go back to the depot where the car is kept. Then when you get there, they will you will pay, and then they will give you a gate pass, right, to say this car has been cleared, it's good to go. And then you can pay maybe certain things, like maybe the truck that was carrying the container, if it's still parked there and it has got some charges, depending on your understanding with the trucking company, you might end up paying for parking charges for the trucks as well. And one most important thing, which I did not do again because of lack of knowledge. When you have cleared your vehicle, your car, make sure you are given you ask and buy temporary plates from Zimra, because nowadays they don't, because we have had like armed robberies and people are using vehicles without number plates. So now it's hard to drive around with a car that does not have number plates, even if you are just collecting it, or you have just collected it from the border post, or you've just cleared it. They want you to get the number plates there, and then you can drive to wherever you are going. I was lucky. We drove at night because we finished around 3, and then we just had to do a few things, tidy up, and have a meal before we took off. So we took off at 6 in the evening, and we didn't have any problems. We met one roadblock, but they didn't stop us. They just waved us, like pass. But another guy, our cars were in the same container. He had issues along the way. I had issues the next day. Now I'm in Bulawayo, drove safely all the way from Mutare, and then I'm morning around 9. I'm like, okay, let me go to register the car. And on the way, there is a roadblock. They stopped me. They sent me. They said, no, where is the temporary place? I don't have temporary place. They didn't give me temporary place. And then they took me to Traffic West. And I had to waste time there. I had to spend time there trying to explain myself, which they eventually let me go. But it becomes time wasted. Time is very important. And you waste a lot of time if you don't have all the necessary things in place. So make sure, people, you get the number plates before you leave the border post, temporary number plates. And then that will help you. We are going to stop this video here. There will be another follow-up video, like maybe tomorrow, very soon, that will finalize the process. Now we have done the border, you have gone. What processes do you go through to get your car registered in Zimbabwe, right? This is now the process of getting number plates, registering the car for number plates, and paying the license for the car, and everything. That will be our last episode on this shipping. So thank you very much. Please keep on subscribing to our channel. We appreciate you, we value you, and we'll try our level best to share whatever information we have or whatever information we get. This coming season, like festive season, December, we want to focus more on some success stories from diaspora people that are doing stuff back home, or people that have moved full-time at home and they have a good story to tell. Like, we want to focus on those. And even if you haven't moved and you believe you are doing something positive that might inspire someone, if you are a subscriber here and you are listening and you are willing for me to show your story, December, January, February is the season for sharing those stories. So please don't hesitate to reach me out. I'll go to your place, whether it's a village, whether it's in Harare or wherever. I will show those stories to encourage and inspire each other. Thank you, and thank you. I will stop this video here. Catch up in a day or two when we're finishing the videos on this process.